Welcome back into DSI. So even though we don't have any recent stuff to talk about, very recent, like tonight or last night, we're going to do what every other major sports expert is doing. We still have some highlights from earlier in the week down in Norfolk to show you.
That's right. Yeah, big week for Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks, and they gave us some great moments in this thing. First of all, it was a great moment for Coach Fred Batchelor and the Maryland Eastern Shore women's basketball team, taking on Coppin State in the 8-9 matchup on Tuesday. An abysmal start for the Lady Hawks midway through the second. CSU with a 10-point lead. Now, A.J. Jones, this three-pointer here would cut the deficit, but UMES down 6 points at halftime. Third quarter, Eastern Shore turns it up, led by freshman Maya Thomas. The Chesapeake, Virginia native showed off in her return to the 7-5-7. She had a career-high 21 points. They outscored Coppin 23-12 in the third quarter, and they finished things off in the fourth. Sophomore Brooklyn Bailey, she added 11 points, including those 3 from the corner. And look at that, the Lady Hawks moved on into the bracket, their third straight year that they had won at least one game in the tournament.
Congratulations to the Lady Hawks. Now that very same night, an all Delmarva matchup on the men's side, Coach Jason Crafton and the Hawks looking to avenge a homecoming loss to Del State 12 days prior. They come out on fire. Marlon Adams with the putback. Hawks led 16-4, but Del State runs them down fairly quickly. Pinky Wiley knocks down that corner 3. Moments later, it's John Crosby gets out in the open court.
And
he gets the hoop in the horn right there. Hornets come back to lead by 1 at halftime. Second half now, guys. Hawks build a lead. Cannon Bartley nails this corner jumper right here. And then inside 2 minutes, it's A.J. Cheeseman with the big man move.
I thought this was the game.
This one's going to put the Hawks up by 1.
I thought that was the game.
But later on, we'd be tied at 61. Less than 20 seconds to go. Miles Carter driving. The bucket goes. 2 refs with different calls, guys. They review calling and 1 against the Hawks, and that pretty much does it. Del State hits a few free throws late. They marched on to the quarterfinal round.
Yeah, and in said quarterfinal round, I felt bad for Delaware State because they ran into Lavelle Moton and North Carolina Central, the 3-time defending champion. John Crosby had 25 in that game. Miles Carter had 15 off the bench, but not enough as the men of Delaware State saw their season come to an end on Wednesday night.
Yeah, well, the game we were all waiting for actually was probably turned out to be, I guess, the last game played. One of the last games played in D1. Wednesday's MEAC quarterfinals.
That's right, to a matchup with defending champion Bethune-Cookman. Last year, the Hawks were a 2 seed, and they were knocked off in the semis by the Wildcats in a very close game. But this time, Coach Fred Batchelor and the Hawks looking to slay the dragon, or the giant, as BCU came in as the #1 seed and defending tournament champs. Interchangeable right there. Eastern Shore got out to a fast start, ahead 12-3, but Bethune fighting back. Kiana Williams gets the steal, finishes off the layup, and the Hawks only ahead by 4 at halftime.
Second half, no letdowns for Maryland Eastern Shore. A.J. Jones running the break. Her layup goes. Moments later, check out Brooklyn Bailey in the lane. Get off me. Nice spin move. She's going to put the Hawks up 11, but the defending champs did not stop in this game. Ashanti Hunt, 8-0 run capped off here by this 3. The lead was cut to 3. And Eastern Shore with an answer. Check out Jones from the corner, knocking down another 3. AJ with 21 in this game, game high, and then with the shot clock running out, Tuesday's hero, Maya Thomas, the freshman, with another 2. The Hawks holding strong, and to finish it off, check out Jones, gonna pass it inside to Ksenia Povich for an and 1. And how about that? The Hawks moved on to the MEAC semifinals. They dropped #1 Bethune-Cookman 61-55 after falling to Bethune a year ago in that very building. Here's what head coach Fred Batchelor had to say on the Hawks' huge upset win.
It goes to show you what those kids did last year carries over, because Amanda was there, AJ was there, and that experience that they had made them hungry for this moment. And I thought that if going through that last year helped us to really had a little bitter taste in our mouths and wanted to get that done. So those kids before last year and in the past have really helped build a program that wants to compete regularly. We've been playing decent basketball, but we haven't been winning. And so I think we just tried to build on that, build on those experiences. And the fact that we did have a very competitive game against Bethune at our place gave us some confidence that we could play with them at this point of the year. And I think we're playing, obviously right now, our best basketball at the right time.
And then, of course, on Thursday afternoon, amid reports that the tournament was already over, the Delaware State women fell in what would be the final game of the MEAC tournament and the MEAC season, as officials ended the championship just after this game was completed. Incredible, though, that the MEAC was among one of the final tournaments in the entire country still playing into Thursday afternoon, considering what we know about this virus and everything that was going on during that time.
One of those weird moments in history where you turn on ESPN and it's like, okay, well, there's the UMES women's team because they're talking about it on national news. But don't fear, we have some top plays to get to, and we're really excited to do it. And our top play is, of course, sponsored by Delaware Appliance. We'll start with this UMES women opening round win over Coppin.
Yeah, and this was a really important win. Maryland Eastern Shore had lost to Coppin a few weeks ago, so to come back and avenge this victory to get a win in round one, really big for them.
All right, let's move on to number 4, DSU men and Maryland Eastern Shore men's season in Norfolk right there.
That's right. We got some pretty big and ones right here, guys, and the DSU men take the season series from UMES with this win.
Yeah.
And we're going to go on to number 3 here, Cape 11 girls topping Tatnall on Monday to advance what would have been the Final Four.
Yeah, and just looking at these highlights make things even sadder, knowing that these girls will never get to play again with one another. This group in particular, really tough.
All right, number 2, Y High going to their 27th state Final Four. They thought second most in state history.
Guys, I think that we took this team for granted a little bit this year. What a great story that they lose all 5 starters from last year's team, and they still get back to the Final Four.
Coach of the year.
And even though the tournament is ending and the Lady Hawks end the way they do, they can't take away this win, knocking off top-ranked defending champion Bethune-Cookman.
How about that, man? And these ladies were pumped up on this bench after this game. I was pumped up for them. That is the second time in 5 years that the Maryland Eastern Shore women's basketball team has knocked off a number 1 seed. They did it against Hampton 5 years ago, Bethune-Cookman this year.
Impressive run.
Cool.
We're going to take our final commercial break, but when we come back, we're giving some final thoughts on just what this week has meant in sports. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
My name is Isaac Pettit from Southern Central Basketball, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.